Hey, Anvil Union. So I want to kind of take a moment to just record myself being a little bit like off script. I thought I would take a second and record myself talking a little bit about Anvil Union and origins and where we see this going. And my pup just crawled up onto the sofa. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want to say hi? Want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Oh, you're a sweet girl. Yeah, she's a big sweetie. Big sweetie. This is Freya. Say, hey, Freya. Oh, oh, there we go. Oh, completely off script. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, I'll keep petting you. All right. Sweet girl. Sweet girl. So, where was I? Oh, but before I dive into that, I want to share what I'm drinking. So I am drinking a Anvil Union Original Kolsch. Kolsch is a ale that originates from part of Germany called Cologne, the city of Cologne. And Kolsch is a light ale. It's not overly hoppy or malty. It's a well-balanced beer, easy to drink. In fact, if you go to Cologne and visit a Kolsch brewery, you can get Kolsch service. So Kolsch service is when they will come bring you Kolsch inside of a glass that is 200 milliliters. It will contain 200 milliliters of beer, and it's called a Stange. And I have one here. That's a Stange, but I didn't pour it in this glass because I wanted more than 200 milliliters. And I figured if I'm going to do this video, I'm going to pour it in one of these. Cheers. So, it's, like I said, it's light, it's refreshing. This one came out a little bit more on the higher ABV side for the Kolsch. It came out around like 6%, which is a bit big for that beer. But it over attenuated, which means that my yeast kind of just like ate up too much sugar and it thinned out. So instead of stopping when it should have stopped, it just kept going and going and going, which meant we had really good, healthy batch of yeast going. Sometimes it can mean that you have a infection in the fermentation, but I don't detect any notes of infection. So I think maybe we just had something wrong there. I don't know, but it tastes pretty good. It's just a little bit stronger than it was supposed to come out. So, um, anyways, my pup has left. The origins of Anvil kind of started in 2020. That's when I started homebrewing. I was not working a whole lot during that time of my life. So I decided that I needed to get into a hobby, and I knew I liked beer. And I just wanted to find something I could get into easily. As a chemist, I thought it would be pretty easy for me to get into as long as I didn't need a whole lot of equipment. And the more research I did, the more I found out I didn't really need a whole lot of equipment to get started. So that's what I did. I started. I brewed a couple of stovetop batches, and I bottled my beers, and they weren't great, especially the first one. The first one was really not good. The second one was a little bit better. And then, but I still enjoyed the process. So I thought it was just cool that I could go from stirring, water in a pot to opening a bottle of beer that I made and drinking it and enjoying it. So I just kept doing it, and I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to invest in upgrading some equipment, because I think I'm going to just stick with this for a while because I'm really enjoying myself, and I did that, and the beer got better, and the more I did it, the more I found that I couldn't stop it. Like I just enjoyed it too much, especially after joining a homebrew club. I was kind of like surrounding myself with a lot of people that were like-minded and encouraged each other to get better. And that just sort of like stoked the fire, stoked the flames. So I just kept going after that. And then, a year or two after I started doing that, I started going to the gym at Forge RX in Winder. I met Evan. He was, I hired him as a personal trainer, and he helped me lose a lot of extra weight, and it was really helpful for me. And that whole process really stoked another passion of mine, which became going to the gym and working out. I like to lift weights, um, but I like to change it up, a lot. Like right now, I'm in this phase where I'll do a few exercises, in the weight room, and then I'll go hit the treadmill for 20 to 30 minutes. That's not all the time, but right now that's kind of like the phase I'm in that I want to be in. But I'm there, at the gym, like 4 or 5 days a week. So that's something that I've added to my routine that I really enjoy and that I really like having. When I don't get to work out in the morning, during the week, then I'm having kind of a rough day. So it's a good start to my day, and I love doing it, and I love working out with other people. Um, so it's a great little community that we have there at the gym. And I think, opening a brewery in the gym, which is our ultimate goal, is going to be sort of a next step towards building that community. And I'm super stoked about that aspect of doing what we're doing. And you guys just like, listening to our story and figuring out, what we're doing is just doing that in general is just going to support us and help us get to the point where we want to be to reach those goals. So where are we at? So it's really exciting because it's starting to get kind of real now. Not that we're fixing to start like knocking down walls or doing electrical or plumbing work or anything, but we are getting to the point where we will be meeting with the city to get their approval on getting the zoning right for that kind of stuff. So um, it's really neat because we're starting with a super low key operation, with meaning that we're not going to be brewing huge vats of beer to start off with. Hopefully, that's where we end up. But we're going to be not spending a lot of money on equipment, and our space is going to be smaller. So yes, we will have to spend money on that, but it's not going to be a crazy amount of money. So we're going to start pretty lean and see where it goes. And so like a lot of our money at this moment is going into like permits and applications with the city, the state, and also the federal government. So they all kind of require their notices and permits and things. So we're sort of working through the logistics of that. And so we already had a meeting with the planning department of Winder, and that went well. We got a lot of good information from them. And so after that meeting, we submitted all of our paperwork in order to get our conditional use permits, basically, for building the brewery. And they are looking over that paperwork currently. Today's the June 1st, and they're looking it over now, and they have us on the schedule to meet with the city for a work session on July 2nd. And that is a public hearing. So it'll be open to the public. Guys, if you are wanting to see this thing come to fruition and you're excited about it, just like we're excited about it, come to Winder and show up to that meeting. It's going to be, like I said, July 2nd at 6 p.m. in Winder. So if you're interested, please show up. We would love to see the city just come together and support this idea and this dream that Evan and I have. And, it would honestly like, make us smile and make our hearts happy too, to see people show up and in support of this thing. And then after that work session, where we where we work through some of the details of it all. There will be a voting session to approve the zoning applications on January 7th. So 5 days after that is when they will give us the yay or nay on that, on whether or not we can get the zoning approved. Again, like big crowd would be amazing to have there when the council votes on it, just to show them that this is what we want, and it would benefit the city for us to have this there, especially from a community standpoint. So what else? That's the biggest thing that's going on right now. And then we're also looking at acquiring a couple of pieces of equipment, not like big or anything. Um, but we also, you've probably noticed that we have these shirts, these awesome shirts, Anvil Union Brewing shirts. So if you want one of these shirts, stop into Forge RX and talk to them, and they can hook you up. If you're not around or not in the area, DM me, comment, tag me, whatever, and we'll get you hooked up with one. But they're pretty cool. They're pretty standard, which is what I like. That's kind of like my style. Black t-shirts with the logo on it, and then we have the larger logo on the back. I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to stand up in front of the camera, but they're really awesome. I especially love the back. It's really cool. But so like the big AU on the back is really cool because that it's AU is the elemental symbol for gold. So like I want to be the gold standard of gem breweries. So it's really cool, really exciting to have this kind of stuff. We're going to have more merch coming out soon. So keep an eye on out for that, especially if we start getting permit approvals and all the things. Then we're going to just like go all in on that kind of stuff. So we'll have eventually we want to have like glassware and koozies and hats and all the things with the logos on it for you guys. And then also the next thing that's coming up is we're actually going to have a Anvil Union beer club meeting. Okay, coming up soon. It's going to be June 17th at 7:30 p.m. at the gym. We're going to meet. It's going to be a killer meeting. We're going to ask everyone who comes to bring a beer that they enjoy drinking. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, doesn't have to be anything outstanding or unique. If you have that and you want to bring that, the better. That would be awesome. But just like bring something that you want to share with people that you think is a good, solid beer. So we're going to be sharing all that stuff. We'll have cups for everyone to use there. So if you want to pour an ounce or two in a cup and then pass the beer down for the next person to try, like that's sort of going to be the whole structure of it, so that we can continue to share and talk about it and just have these experiences with each other where we can come together and talk about this stuff. We are going to be dropping workout challenges too. So again, we're not just a brewery; we're a gym brewery. So we're all about the fitness here. Keep an eye out for that. We are going to be dropping some stuff. We are. I think we're going to be having some guides on. Might actually be coming out soon. Some guides on how to stay fit and get fit and not have to put the glass down so much. Obviously, you don't want to drink a ton of beer every day, guys. I mean, you're going to end up with the gut. Okay. But beer can be consumed in moderate amounts and still maintain a nice physique. So we have a complete guide on how to do that. So look out for that. Visit our website, which can be found on our Instagram bio. We'll be dropping that soon. Beer club is going to be great. And then so beer club meeting on June 17th. And then 2 weeks from then, we will have a beer club meeting on Zoom. So where I don't know if it's been released yet. You might be hearing it for the first time on this video, but we actually will have the brewer from Stillfire Brewing in Swanee come on and talk about some of the beers that they have going on there. Patrick McCormick is going to be signing on with us. He's a good friend of mine. He's a great dude. For the July 1st Zoom meeting, go to the store and pick up some Stillfire beers to drink while he's talking about how he brews it and the sort of the cool things about those beers. It's going to be amazing, guys. I'm super excited about that. And then also super excited about the possibility. This isn't, I don't know if I could say this, but uh, I'll just say this. I'll just say this. Soon, okay, we are going to be offering a really cool experience for those who want to join. All right, we're going to be going on trips to visit breweries, not just one brewery, but multiple breweries in a day. And it's going to be really cool. I don't want to give it away until we have everything planned out and kind of like, set in stone, but it's going to be great. So keep an eye out on the social media and the videos to find out like when that's going to be and where we're going and how much tickets are going to be. I'm telling you guys, like if you are into beer, you are going to want to go on one of these trips because we're going to be having some Anvil Union original beers on that trip. We're going to be visiting multiple breweries, hopefully getting some brewery tours, and then also kind of like breaking down. You're going to get uh, the idea is to give everybody some take home stuff. So like a brewery or a beer tasting workbook for everybody to kind of like go through how how to evaluate beers. You can write in your workbook to kind of like describe what you think about a beer that we taste on the journey. And it's going to be great. We get to sort of like nerd out and geek out on the beer, and that just like makes my heart happy. So that's going to be super exciting too. We have some. If you can't, tell, I'm already getting like super excited about all this stuff. But then we're also going to be dropping some video series, some special video series on beers and beer styles, and they're going to be educational. So if you like beer and you want to learn more about beer, we will have some series of videos that will be doing deep dives into beer styles. And that will be coming not as soon. It'll be later on down the road because we kind of have to build a library and there's a lot of beer styles out there. But that's currently in the works. And Man, thank you guys so much for all the support so far. It's been super amazing to just run into people and, they say, "Hey, you're doing a great job. Hey, we're super excited. Can't wait." It's the I just feel the love so much. So thank you everybody who's been doing that. You don't even have to like, come over and talk to me if you see me out in public, but like just the fact that you're on the videos and watching and thumbs ups and comments and subscribing, it's been that's been a cool thing for me to watch the numbers start ticking up and up and up and up because like I said from the beginning of the video, we're a community. And that's really sort of like what the name Anvil Union came from. Evan and I really wanted a name that sort of implied a community of people. We fooled around with like Anvil Brewing and Forge Brewing, and we thought of like adding a word in there that sort of implied a community of people, and that's where the union came from. So we have Forge, we have Anvil, and we have Anvil Union. And a big reason for having the name like that as well is that like this isn't just we don't plan for this to just be Chris's brewery or Evan's brewery. This is our brewery. Like we're going to be offering you guys the chance to have like real ownership in this thing, from voting on beer names and beer styles to coming and like learning things about how to make beer and where we, maybe source hops from. And, we want you guys to feel like you're part of the brewing process as much as possible. So, we that's sort of like where the name originated as well. And I don't know if I've talked about that as well, but that's where it came from. And guys, I just want to say thank you for letting me just, I don't know, sit here in front of a camera and start talking till my voice goes away. Thank you for watching. Guys, stay tuned for all that exciting stuff. I got to go get all the dog hair off my shirt now. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. Cheers.